Sadistic Penguin Studios presents It's Getting Drafty in Here.
Drafty old porno.
The show of drafting random nonsense.
I choose business ethics.
And now, coming to you from his basement, aka Draft Headquarters, your host and draft master, Magnificent Stan.
Hello, welcome to episode 44 of It's Getting Drafty in Here. I am your host, Magnificent Stan. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. Today's subject, we're going to start doing another recast episode, a recasting of the topic is Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, characters, and we can only draft professional wrestlers in the roles. Joining me today is our guy from the Chicago Sports Bums, Bologna. What's going on, pal?
Hello. I'm excited to do this. I said right away when you came up with this guy, yeah, I got my fan club in the comments ready to cheer me on. I've got my CM Punk hat on. I've got my Marvel shirt. I got my Captain America beer. I am ready to do this. This is like if there ever was a wheelhouse for Bologna, this is it.
I saw you were drinking out of a Wolverine glass today too.
Yeah, that was on Sunday.
Oh, that's Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, that was on Sunday.
Right on. All right. Also joining us, Hookup On Music at the show host, our guy Tony from the Sadistic Penguin Studios. What's going on, buddy?
Thank you so much. I've been, I know I do music and movies, but I've been just waiting for you to please do something with wrestling. Please ask me. And well, this is a great topic, man. Thank you.
I always have such a vast group of people to pull from for wrestling, so it's like it's trying to weigh everything. I know this is like Bologna's probably second wrestling one, I think.
Yeah,
you did the stable one, right?
Yep, the wrestling stables, and I know like my fellow bums did a couple wrestling ones with you too.
Yeah. I had Dougie on. I can't remember which one we did. I have a horrible memory. I'm getting old. But so joining a new addition to the show. This was actually Bologna's idea, and it's either going to be fucking amazing or it's going to be an absolute train wreck. So I'm ready for either one. But today we're going to use this. This is a randomizer wheel. I added 26 Marvel characters, superheroes and villains to the wheel. And for every pick, we're going to spin the wheel and the person has to pick a wrestler to fill that role. One thing we did discuss in pre-show, we also are going to give each of us a mulligan. So if I spin it and you don't like what pops up, you can pass and we'll spin it again. So you get to do
just
that
one, right? Just one.
Right. After a character has been spun on the wheel, I actually didn't discuss this with you guys. I was going to remove get him out of the wheel.
Get him out.
Right.
Only one person drafts that.
So then after we spin it, then we'll pull it off the wheel because it actually
I love this.
There's like a remove button. It's so
Yep.
freaking easy. So, I wish I could play some music or something while it spins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
yes.
10, 11, 12.
The Pointer Sisters.
You ready? You ready? Tony's got the first pick. So there's the board. So Tony's got the first pick. I will go ahead and spin it. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
No whammies.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, Gambit.
That's a hot start.
Who's gonna play a good Cajun?
So question for you guys. I should have asked. Once we draft that wrestler is also out.
They're
right?
gone. Yes. Gone.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Oh wow, Gambit.
We're gonna have to just and the two of you are experts with podcasts, so we're probably gonna have to fill a little bit while people are up.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a little more contemplation because
there's strategy involved.
Right. There's a little more give and take here.
Yeah.
So you want Gambit?
Yeah, I'll take Gambit.
Let's do it. What do you got?
Are we drafting? Oh, I have. Okay, I thought you said we were going to pick them all, and then okay.
No. Yeah, no. We'll just go one at a time.
I'm gonna take for Gambit. Let's do Drew McIntyre.
There you go.
Interesting.
I had him
Scottish
as an
Cajun,
idea for a
huh?
couple.
I don't know why. It's just the first thing that came to my head with the haircut, but with him, with the long hair, but he does it with Gambit style. It just the way he's been talking lately.
He's such a smart ass. I love it.
I think he could play. That's what's got me going is that. But
I
had Drew McIntyre as a couple other ones. I had him as my in the back of my head as like my Thor. He would have been a good one.
He'd be a good Thor.
And then Loki too.
Be a good Loki
again,
too.
Smart. He's turning into such a smart ass. He's so good at it that.
Yeah, I like that for you, Tone, only because I didn't have Drew McIntyre anywhere on my board. So that's one name I could keep on my list, and I don't have to worry about it. But that is a good pick. That is a good pick. Like, I like it. I think, Brian, me and you have talked about him recently with the CM Punk feud and the way he's utilizing social media to his advantage and building up that feud. Super smart. He's getting to another level. And I wasn't a big Drew McIntyre fan to begin with.
Neither was I. I thought he was kind of cheesy. I thought it was cheesy for a while, but he's honestly lately, within the last year and a half, he's starting to come into his better.
Yeah, I think they kind of almost like emasculated him during COVID. Like he was just such a I don't know, he's like untouchable, but yeah, I love him. Brandy suggested Kevin Owens as a.
I've got Kevin in a couple of different spots.
Yeah, he's in the back of my head.
Kevin Owens is one of those guys that he could play a couple roles, so it'll be interesting.
Brandy's mad. Brandy loves Drew McIntyre. She likes swords. No, I don't know. All right, it is my turn. I'm gonna roll here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, Iron.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a damn good one. That was one I was hoping for.
Ooh, okay. He's kind of a dick, but he's good. He's got a good soul, Makes the tough decisions.
Billionaire, genius, playboy, philanthropist.
Ted DiBiase. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna actually go Seth Rollins.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I had Seth Rollins a couple different places
as Iron Man. He is Iron Man.
Yeah, he's got that like smart ass to him. He's got that when you go down to it, Seth Rollins, while not a literal genius in ring and in professional wrestling, he's about as good as they come.
He's a total package. There's no stink at all. I feel like him and Osprey are the two best wrestlers on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Don't say CM Punk, because every time he gets in the ring, he gets hurt.
I'm going to talk about CM Punk eventually. There's no way he doesn't get drafted. I'll say that much. I'll put him as Storm. I don't care where I'll put him.
We didn't. You know what? I didn't even read all the characters. Let me do that real quick before we get to your pick. So we had Gambit and Iron Man. We also have the Incredible Hulk, Captain America, Thor, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Deadpool, Ant-Man. Black Widow's the one you're like, pass. Loki, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. That's also Hawkeye, I believe. Thanos, Nick Fury, Punisher, Wolverine, Cyclops, Beast, Storm, Rogue, Professor X, Magneto, Juggernaut, Mystique, Daredevil, and Black Panther. So those are the characters. Bologna, I will go ahead and roll for you here.
Let's do it. I'm worried about my mulligan. I want to start off strong. Yes, give me that.
That's a good one.
All right.
Okay.
The problem with Loki is that was my Seth Rollins. I thought Loki could have been the smart ass, the anti-hero kind of guy.
Brandy gave me a really good Loki earlier, so I'll let you in after.
So I got one. The only other Loki I had, I have him a couple different places, and now Yumper is in the comments saying I'm in my head. I am in my head because people hate this character, but he's a good Loki, and that's Dirty Dom Mysterio. I think Dirty Dom Mysterio could play a perfect Loki.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I like that. I was the guy that's been bashing the shit out of Dom Mysterio for years, and now I think he's probably 3-4 best heel in the business.
I think I would say
Especially
like
with the
last
mustache, though.
WrestleMania. Yeah, with the mustache is doing numbers.
Yep.
But what he's done within the last like 2 years, maybe year and a half, is super commendable. We've had this discussion about Dom Mysterio and Hook. Remember when they first they kind of came up at the same time, one in AEW and one in WWE, both very green, but had like flashes here and there. And they're finally pushing Hook now, but Dom Mysterio got to a next level of heeldom. And a lot of it has to do with his dad, and a lot of it had to do with, Judgment Day. But you can't take away that he knows how to work a crowd and he knows how to piss people off, which is great. And that's something Loki does.
Yeah. He does love to piss people off. I saw a podcast. I think it was a podcast. Him and Priest were on, and it was a Spanish one. And they asked him in Spanish, were you did you want to wear a mask when you started to wrestle? Like your dad had a mask, your uncle had a mask, your great uncle, all your family members all had masks. And he said that's because they're all so ugly. So, and Damian Priest is just
perfect,
crying, laughing while he's saying this. So, but yeah, he's a great heel. He flows really well with everybody.
Brandy had a good suggestion. I didn't want to use him there. I had him
suggestion.
I got him at a couple of different spots. The problem with it, like we said about the randomizer, I might not get to use that spot. Nope. So like we have to kind of adjust on the fly.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of those drafts where like I'm actually contemplating not even doing a poll for it because I don't think people are gonna understand. Because so many people will vote on the poll that aren't gonna listen or watch. They just look at it and
it's gonna make no sense to people.
Right. So I think we're
instead of doing the poll, what I thought we can do is just finish the randomizer as like the honorable mentions, right? Because not everyone's gonna get
you can do that. That's perfect. Yeah. All right. You got another one here, so let's spin. Ooh.
Did I miss it?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
there we go. It's Black Panther. Sorry.
All right.
Forgot to
I have multiple suggestions for everyone except for Black Panther. I think right now, if we're talking current day wrestling, it has to be Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland.
Even wears the damn costume. I mean,
he wears the costume. He's got the entrance, but he is what you would think T'Challa is in the ring. Like he is one of the best things going in AEW. And I thought it took them a little bit too long to get to this point now, but I'm glad he's in this point. He is, a face of the company. This was one of the only ones that I'm like, I don't know. I don't have any other. I could have put other people there, but I wanted Swerve Strickland as Black Panther for sure.
The one that I had in the back of my head was Ricochet too, but
I have him in a couple different spots.
But I think Swerve's character wise, I think move set wise and just being exciting. I think Ricochet is perfect for the role, but Swerve's got that swag to him.
He's a king, man. He's a king.
Yep. Joey P swerves when he drives. We're not going to pick Dick the Bruiser unless I roll Professor X. I'll take Dick the Bruiser for you, Jack, even though he's not with us anymore. It's against the rules.
Joey P's in the comments. He says, I swerve when I drive. The height thing doesn't really make sense, but I would like to think as Joey P as my Prince Nana. He's my height. He's my height man.
All right. Nice ad. Okay. Let's spin the wheel.
Yeah. What's going on over
I don't know. It's a free thing. Ooh, yes.
That's
okay.
Good.
I had this guy in my mind for like 18 different characters, honestly, just because like I just love him. I'm gonna go Moxley.
Well, yes, I had Moxley as Punisher too.
You can just see him. He has that man on a mission thing going on,
You could see him in that Punisher jacket too. He probably had one in like high school or something like that.
Right.
That's a great call.
Yeah, I don't think I feel like I've selected the two best wrestlers on the planet, or two of the three.
If we're just going wrestling wise, if we're making like a card out of this, it's gonna be tough to beat your.
I got 66.6% of the Shield here.
You've got a lot of stars, A lot of stars in like I'm talking about Meltzer stars, basically.
Meltzer stars.
Did we lose Tony?
Tony. Uh-oh.
I just realized Tony was frozen
too.
for a little while. Yeah.
Okay.
I noticed it while you were talking. I'm like, oh, maybe it would just unfreeze.
Play me off, Johnny. Play me off. Oh, there we go. He's probably popping back in right now. And then you're off too. Oh, there you go.
Was I off?
Yeah, for a second.
That's
all right. I did see someone mention. Gordo mentioned no Johnny. Yeah, Johnny had to step out. He had some personal stuff. So just a heads up.
Yeah, Tony's researching. That's what Dougie Fresh said.
Tony, okay? Got that MSS internet.
It does. Telemundo internet. We talked about the storms popping up. There's going to be thunderstorms and some bad weather. Hopefully, wherever Tony's at didn't get.
He's all the way. Yeah, he's all the way east. No way.
All right. So, if we don't have Tony, do you want to spin for Tony and just leave those open for him?
Yeah.
Or should we just wait? We could filibuster for a little while.
Yeah, let's filibuster for a few here.
We know we can talk wrestling and comic books. So
absolutely. I the one thing. Speaking of Under the Ring thing, did you see did you watch the show in France at all?
Yes,
the thing with the dude in the Under the Ring. Did you see that?
Yeah, when he botched the entrance. Yeah, like a good move by the referee. He kind of saved that. Like,
all right, Yumper's right. Let's talk about Keelan's shirt. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a new item at the Sadistic Penguin Studios merch website. It is a drawing from our own Keelan. She drew it a long time ago, and there was a line of shirts that were run in the past, but we're bringing them back, especially with the potential of our buddy Stone Pony showing up at. Tony, I'm sorry, man. I don't have it's just a black screen.
Undertaker.
So this shirt is available on the Sadistic Penguin Studios Big Cartel website. So if you want to head on over there, we also have a new shirt from at the show. It's designed after a specific what do we want to call that? Adult website?
I wouldn't know. You're gonna have to explain.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know that reference.
What's an OnlyFans? I don't know.
If we're talking Captain America, I don't get that reference.
Captain America is an adult. All right, let's try one more.
Oh no, now it's just me.
Tony?
I would have gone on. I would have drafted all my guys.
Hello?
There we go. Yeah, we got you, baby.
Hey,
I'm back.
Okay. We just filled with advertisements for t-shirts.
Oh, sounds good. I did see myself and I heard you guys, but obviously
perfect.
you did not hear or see me, but I'm back.
Yay.
Hello.
Okay. Let's go back to the board here, and you are up. They got online programs built for working adults, just a heads up, at National University. So, all right.
Now that's a free ad.
Storm.
Perfect.
Man.
Fabulous Moolah?
CM Punk.
Wendy Richter?
All right. I'm going to go with, what's her name? Jade Cargill?
Yeah. That's she also one. She comes out.
Funny is all these picks. That was the only one that was really stuck in my head because she looks like a good Storm.
She's even got like the white hair and everything.
Yeah,
the look is perfect.
She's come out with a Storm-like outfit before. The only other one I had for this character would be Bianca Belair. But Jade Cargill is like, if you think of Aurora Monroe, that's what she looks like. It's a perfect casting.
We can get her to talk like this.
Yeah, she's got to
she's so
really
theatrical,
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, let's
Yumper.
go again here, Tony. Miss Jackie. I like the Luna Vachon reference. All right. Beast.
Just rolling with the X-Men.
That's a fun one.
Beast. Oh wow.
Yeah, what the hell? Tony's getting all the X-Men.
It is. Yeah.
You want to keep this one?
No, I like Beast. I actually.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's go with Beast. I don't know, man. I'll take my mulligan. I want to get out of the X-Men.
Yeah, that's a good one. I have a couple, but I mean, we haven't drafted them yet, so we'll talk about Beast later.
Yeah.
Jumper's saying George the Animal Steel. We did say only current wrestlers because we're drafting. Oh boy,
that's a great one.
Brandy had a good one.
Okay,
yeah, that would have been my pick. So
I mean, can I use Brock?
That was my Thanos on my list.
That's
Brock
exactly what I had. Yep, I had Brock Lesnar as Thanos. That was on my list. I had Brock two different places.
And so outside of, quick question for you guys, outside of Sid Vicious, is there ever a person that looks like a professional wrestler more than Brock Lesnar?
Adam Bomb. Adam Bomb looked
so
like
random. I love it.
He looked like a professional wrestler. If I saw Adam Bomb walking down the street, I would say that guy's a professional wrestler.
That's a good one, Dougie, too. Dougie said Bam Bam Bigelow, but yeah,
that would be a good one.
Adam Bomb definitely looks like a professional wrestler.
This was interesting just because we said current wrestlers because we're doing a current casting. If we opened it up to like all generations, I think that would have been a lot of fun too. But I mean, we would have been here all night.
Yeah, Loki definitely would have been Roddy Piper.
Loki would be a perfect Roddy Piper.
Yep. Chris Masters post hair plugs. Kevin Nash does have good wrestling look. He managed to fill out because when he played basketball in college, he was a skinny guy.
Well, he looks better now as a professional wrestler that he doesn't wrestler than he did a lot of the times in like the late 90s.
That's true.
Like he's in phenomenal shape right now.
That's true.
Just don't make him run.
Yeah, those knees.
All right. Don't forget to donate to the Red Cross, people. I'm just giving away free advertisements all night, man. The Juggernaut, bitch. All right. Wow. I love Juggernaut's one of my favorite.
Yeah,
villain.
He's a really good X-Men character.
The Juggernaut, bitch.
I like the noise he made in the arcade version. It was Colossus, maybe. No, it was a Colossus.
I'm gonna go with someone very, very new. I'm taking Braun Breaker.
That was my Juggernaut.
As Juggernaut.
That's a perfect casting. He just runs through people.
Yeah, he is.
Was it last night?
Yeah, he was like murdering people.
Yeah, he almost took out the ref.
I had a couple other ones. Like I keep thinking to myself, like I have to pick someone that's huge, but he's a freaking monster.
No, Braun Breaker is the perfect Juggernaut. The only other Juggernaut I had, and I mean we haven't drafted him, but I don't plan on drafting him anywhere else. It was Samoa Joe.
What about Otis?
Because I'm thinking about that, just running people over, just putting your shoulder down and just like chucking people with it. And Braun Breaker does that now, and Samoa Joe does too. You know, you just put your shoulder
now
down.
I'm jealous. I should have taken fucking Samoa Joe, man.
Well, no, Braun Breaker's a great pick for that.
Yep. I do like that one. That one just came into my head actually as I was like,
yeah,
there was I had another one in my mind that I was going to take. Someone a little not as significant. Don't forget to renew your passports, people. All right. So Poloni's got two here. Oh, there we go.
Damn. I was worried about this one. I have three different ways I want to go about it. The first one is something I'm not going to pick.
One's very obvious. One's like very
So the obvious one would be John Cena.
Yes.
But he's part-time right now.
Right.
And I didn't want to pick him because it's so obvious, but two, he's not
Part-time's
really
okay.
wrestling anymore.
Honestly, I would say anybody that's alive still. So even
that makes
even
sense.
If you want like Hulk Hogan shit like that, like that's fine, you know.
But if I'm talking current day Captain America, and he comes out in the Homelander gimmick right now, and he's the number one, baby face in wrestling, it's Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes right now is Captain America. If this was like even a year ago, I would have still said Cena. But right now, he gives the belt to the kids, and he's, goody two shoes to a fault, and he plays that gimmick perfectly. He
does. He does.
So,
it's absolutely. He is the quintessential babyface fan favorite.
Right.
And I think he's going to be that way for the rest of his career. I don't think they'll ever turn him around.
Yeah, it's going to be a long time if he does end up turning heel. It won't be until the very end of his career. Kind of like when Hogan, WCW turn. That
was my other one.
Yeah,
was Kurt Angle. I also had in the back of my head Bobby Lashley.
Oh, that's a good Captain America.
Saw Jim Duggan.
Dougie said I saw Jim Duggan.
Dougie, I wish you could have joined us, man. You're coming up with some gems here.
Yeah, but I'm happy. I'm happy with I'm getting Captain America and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I think Captain America of all the characters on here probably the easiest to cast. They're the most to pull from.
Yeah, I've got a couple characters that are like deep, that and Thor, just because of the look, the hair and the muscles, and I thought those were fairly easy.
All right. There's really good deals on United right now, guys.
All right, I'm going.
Ooh,
shit. All right.
I have one, so I hope
I have two, but I'm not like in love with them, and I don't know if they're like, do I risk it with the reroll? Or do I stick with
Black Widow?
Well, here let's make it a little easier for you. Are you guys okay doing a fifth round? Because we're only at 28 minutes right now.
Oh, I just assumed we were going 5 or 6 rounds.
Okay,
regardless.
Here, let's pull up. You're okay with that, Tony?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Man, do I want to do it?
So you'll have another one. That's the point. So.
No, I like this. So we're not doing a poll. We said that, right? Because if we're doing a poll, I'd probably re-roll because this would lose me the draft or whatever. But that doesn't matter right now. I like Magneto a lot as a character. Mm-hmm. This guy is young, but he's Eastern European. He's got the look. He's like an S tier wrestler right now, and I would consider Magneto an S tier mutant. It's Gunther.
Yep,
Gunther would be a pretty decent Magneto right now.
Great one.
That was the exact one that was in my. I even mentioned it to Brandy a little while ago. Can I call him Walter at least?
Yeah, you could say No, it's Gunther.
Sorry, Gunther as Magneto. That's a good one. Yeah, that's actually like a perfect combination.
Yeah.
So
if we were doing like X-Men First Class, that'd be perfect. You always think of I think of Magneto as like older Magneto because of the comics and the cartoon. But like if we're going young Magneto, Gunther is it.
Is he going to be the King of the Ring?
You would think so.
I feel like he has to, isn't he?
You would think so.
Him and Cody up, right?
It can't be what's his name from the Bloodline.
Wait, who is he going up against?
Well, it's either going to be Randy Orton or what's his name, Tonga, whatever his name is from the Bloodline.
Oh, okay, Tonga Lao or whatever.
And they're not going to let him win. Can you imagine?
Or Tonga Loa?
Or I think it's Tama Tonga. The one that came in first.
Tama Tonga.
Yeah. He's facing Randy Orton, so I could see it's going to be Randy Orton and Gunther probably, but
that'd be a slobber knocker.
It would. It would for sure. Cool. All right.
I like that. I'm happy with my pick.
Yeah, I feel like Cody and Gunther are headed towards Collision at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, one of them two. But Gunther's going to be a world champion eventually. That guy's unbelievable. Here we go. I am using my fucking mulligan.
Yeah.
We're not picking Hawkeye. Let's find the most boring wrestler ever. Okay.
I've got a couple. I will talk about them later. I got a couple Hawkeyes.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll again. Doctor Strange. So, truth be told, I haven't seen Doctor Strange. I read the comic a little bit when I was younger, but I didn't. Now I'm stuck, huh?
Now you are stuck.
Shit. Shit. Okay. Papa Shango? No.
Yeah.
What was the wrestler in the 90s? He was only on like 1 or 2 episodes of Raw where he was a magician.
Oh man.
I can't remember what his name was. I'm gonna go.
I had that.
Yumper suggested Danhausen.
That's one of my.
Brandy, pick a Doctor Strange for me.
Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy is Doctor Strange. Bo Dallas.
I have Danhausen a couple of different spots, but that was one of them.
I have no idea who to take here. I am gonna go ahead. Just because I kind of want to talk about him, let's go Will Ospreay as Doctor Strange.
Oh my god, I have Ospreay like 5 different places. Definitely not Strange. So the fact that you took him off the board is tough.
I'm just being mean.
That's just mean. That's a mean move. But
so
yeah,
Will Ospreay, best, most talented wrestler I've ever seen in my life.
Crazy good.
We went to an indie in Tinley Park a couple of years ago, and we had second row seats, and he was in a 4-way with like 3 other just supreme guys, like Gringo Loco and Blake Christian and like a bunch of indie superstars. And I was just amazed the whole, like my jaw was on the floor the whole time watching him do what he does in these little tiny rings, these little tiny indie rings, and just a freaking hoss, man. That guy can do anything. Great talking too. You got to kind of decode what he's saying sometimes because he gets really, really British on you. But, well, yeah, just talented dude. And I think I pissed Bologna off.
I'll tell you who I had for my Doctor Strange, and I was thinking more of like, he's a sorcerer, so I'm thinking like black magic and different things. I thought Malachi Black as Doctor Strange.
He's too dark though, isn't he?
Well, I mean, Doctor Strange is kind of a weird cat too.
Yeah. So I should have taken Jericho just to piss people off.
Shockingly, I didn't have Jericho anywhere on this list.
Hi, Sam. I'm Brian.
I'm Dougie.
For Wayne Tinley, there was definitely a floppy disk from HBIC. For those of you who don't get that joke, HBIC used to sell floppy disks in junior high with porn on it. So,
high school.
Was it high school? Jesus.
St. Lawrence.
Floppy disks in high school? He's old, man.
Joey P was his number one customer.
All right. You ready, Tony? Did we lose you again?
We lost him again. In the exact same position.
In the exact same position, yes.
Tony, don't look to your right.
Okay.
All right, we'll filibuster some more.
Yeah.
Who did you skip?
I skipped Hawkeye. He's still on the board though.
Yeah, that's true. If I get him, I'm probably skipping him as well.
Okay. So who did you have as Hawkeye?
So Hawkeye is like a core member of like the Avengers, but he's all like a very secondary character. Like he's never gonna have like a main title run. So I had 2 different. One was LA Knight.
Yeah, you're
like
back.
LA Knight.
You're good, Tony.
LA Knight's like over, but like there's a limit to what he can be.
So I thought a guy who like when I think of Hawkeye, like he obviously doesn't have any specific any gifts. He's just really good with a bow and arrow and he knows how to fight, I was thinking like a Daniel Bryan, like a lunch pail kind of guy,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like but
lunch pail. I like that description.
All right, Tony, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. And Ant-Man.
Okay, Ant-Man.
Boris Malenko.
I mean, what are you going to take here? Somebody who's like seems small, but then they seem pretty big in their action. I mean, that's
exactly how
that's a perfect example. Yeah,
that was my description.
And honestly, if
in my
he'd been around a little bit longer and he probably wrestles more, I probably would have picked him for my Magneto, and it's Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov.
That guy is really good, talented as hell.
Awesome. That guy's awesome.
I remember that.
Really awesome. And I wanted, there was a little showdown a couple weeks with him and Gunther. I like their mic work. I'm a big fan of people's mic work, and he does a good job.
I'm going to be honest with you, Brian. If Brandy was on this draft, she'd be killing us. Because she just said Rey Mysterio, and that's a perfect answer too.
Isn't Rey Mysterio everybody's Spider-Man?
No.
I
have 2 different Spider-Man. Hoping to draft.
Why is it not lining up properly? Give me 1 second. Perfectionist Brian. What the hell?
Yumper says Ray's permanently small, though. Yeah, that's a good point.
There we go. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I mean Ilya Dragunov. I love him. Did you ever see the stuff from NXT with him and Gunther?
Oh yeah,
those two freaking murdered each other.
Try to kill each other.
It teetered on that like line of like, this is like uncomfortably brutal. Like as I get older, like I have a harder time as I get older watching like UFC and shit like that. Like watching people like
slap fight.
Power slap. Yeah. He's still desperately trying to make that a thing. Like desperately. He's trying to book. Dana White is trying to book weekends where they do Power Slap Friday, UFC Saturday, and WWE Sunday in the same city.
Oh.
But yeah, that's a perfect one. Ready to roll again?
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Roll.
You gotta switch the view.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. We pulled Rogue here.
Oh, Rogue. All right. Well, I'm stuck with Rogue, right? All right, here we go. Rogue.
Another X-Men for Tone.
Now I'm just gonna get funny with this one. I'm gonna go with the my Rogue. I'll go with Nia Jax.
Wow.
All right.
I thought that could have been a good Juggernaut.
It could have been. It could have been.
I'm gonna show you something in a second. I'm gonna show you something funny in a second here. All right, so Nia Jax. So this is a costume. Hang on. Costume that Chris Statlander wears on the Indies.
That's awesome.
Nia Jax is a good rogue. She doesn't. Don't let her touch anybody.
Yeah,
seriously, that's perfect.
If she
perfect.
touches
don't
you,
let her touch anybody.
She's gonna hurt you. She might kill you.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, safety wise, that's a great pick.
So what if she wins and she's in the Queen of the Ring because she is in the finals tomorrow?
Is she?
On Friday too? Yeah. Against Bianca.
Oh, okay. Bianca better win.
Yeah, I like that.
They'll definitely have Bianca slammer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that pick. I like that it was outside the box. Yumper probably hates it.
That's what we want to do. We want to upset.
I had Becky Lynch. I had Becky Lynch as my rogue.
She was actually one I would have picked. I just outside of the box.
I like it.
So Gordo, we have had that conversation. So lot to be power slap, Bologna.
We don't have that. We don't have any insurance, let alone insurance that'll cover power.
So wait, real quick,
everyone's on their own.
What crazy motherfucker that we hang out with would be totally into doing that?
I think we saw. I mean, you got slapped at Jack's place, and so did Dougie. I mean, you and Dougie might go toe to toe, power slapping each other.
I could take a beating. I could tell you that. All right.
You both work stiff.
Yeah. All right. I play for the fans, you know?
I play for the fans.
Yes.
That's a good one.
No.
That's a good one.
Okay.
That's one I was hoping for.
We were talking about Daniel Bryan.
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit would be perfect. No, I'm gonna go with Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's a little guy, but he fights big and he packs a punch and he keeps coming and he, you know, yeah, I think he just he can go forever. You know, Wolverine's got pretty much unlimited stamina. So
that's the best Wolverine I had was Daniel Bryan as Wolverine.
I thought you'd take CM Punk as Wolverine.
I have a couple other ones, and I'm not gonna draft them anywhere else, so I'm okay saying them. I thought like Chad Gable, Johnny Gargano, or Pac.
Gargano, just because of the suit.
Yeah, I thought they all
Pac would be perfect.
Pac would be a good Wolverine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, obviously Daniel Bryan is like the one. If you want,
Sami Zayn would be a good Wolverine.
I think. Yeah, Sami Zayn would be a good one.
Yeah,
he could take a beating and keep going. All right,
R-Truth. No, I'm kidding. All right,
I wanted to put I don't have a spot for R-Truth, but I would love to draft Truth, man.
R-Truth is Nick Fury would be a good time.
Yes.
All right, Bologna. There you go. All
right,
let's go.
I love
Wolverine and Spider-Man is the last.
So you stole my. I thought Will Ospreay is Spider-Man. I mean, he is basically Spider-Man, but I'm going Miles Morales Spider-Man, and that's Ricochet. Because I think he's just as talented. I think pound for pound, and within the last 2 years, if you watch Ricochet matches, I mean, it's almost borderline criminal what WWE is doing with him because, he is one of the best wrestlers in the world.
That's the thing; they don't know what to do with him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's going to go on a run like Kofi did, and they're gonna put him up top. It's going to happen, but it took Kofi 15 years.
It's all about how the fans the fans,
fans are going to dictate it. Yeah, especially now. I think they finally have a group of people in charge, that will listen to the fans more. So definitely, yeah.
So I'm going Miles Morales Spider-Man, not Peter Parker Spider-Man, and that's Ricochet.
Okay,
that's cool too if you think about it. I mean, him and Dragunov seem to think that they're going to get something going here, and they seem to be two really awesome wrestlers.
Yeah.
So.
Man, Ricochet
put that on
stuff,
pay-per-view and just let him go.
Yeah. Ricochet and Lucha Underground is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
him and Rey Fenix together were like magic. Rey Fenix, unfortunately, probably shouldn't wrestle anymore, but
I still think about that flip he did in NXT when he landed on he jumped out of the ring, flipped, and landed on his feet, in the ramp. And I'm like, that shouldn't be possible. And he just made it look easy. That's Spider-Man.
You get that joke? You get that joke, Peter?
No.
You were talking about how Dougie and I are going to fight?
Yeah. Dougie's 2 for 2 on jokes that fly over my head.
Yep, I just noticed that one.
He did it yesterday, and now he did it again today.
Shake the Jamaica off. That is still one of my favorite clips when he talks, and then Triple H grabs the mic and he's like, "Where's your accent?"
Yeah.
All right, so with the rest here, let's just go down the list a little bit, and we'll each kind of just briefly mention if we had anybody in mind.
Yeah.
So Incredible Hulk.
So one of them was Brock, but I also had Brock as Thanos. So depending on who drafted where, the only other 2 or 3, but I don't really like them as much as Brock Lesnar as Hulk. I had Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yep.
Wardlow and Braun Strowman. Those were my 3 Hulks.
I was about an inch away from drafting. Braun Strowman's perfect for that too. I was about an inch away from drafting Powerhouse Hobbs as Juggernaut.
Yeah, so, that's a good Juggernaut as well.
Yeah. I also thought for Hulk, Keith Lee would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley again. I love Bobby Lashley. That guy can. He's like 50. Bobby Lashley's like 48 years old or whatever. It's unbelievable that guy can do. Warlord.
What about one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Omos?
Almost his whole.
So he could be the big version of Ant-Man when he turns into Giant
There
Man.
you go.
And then you're going to have two different wrestlers play that character.
I like it.
All right. So Thor.
So originally, like if everything broke my way, I would have Roman Reigns as Thor.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins as Loki, playing off each other like the two brothers. That would have been my like 1-2 punch. But obviously the randomizer, the random wheel, didn't dictate that. So I had Roman Reigns as my number 1 Thor, and then from there, Kenny Omega or Malachi Black.
Okay. Yeah, I had Drew initially.
Yeah.
Those are all great though, Bologna. Roman Reigns as Thanos would have been. I mean, he literally was Thanos.
I had Roman a couple different spots.
The Rock would have been good as Hulk too,
or Thanos,
or Terry Bollea would have been good as the Hulk.
Yeah. Current day Rock with like him owning, part of the company or being part of the board, that could be like a Thanos.
That's a good one, Brandy. Mr. Perfect with less coke. Mr. Perfect without shitting in people's hats. Dolph is Thor. That's not a bad one either. All right, Hawkeye. You had someone in mind?
Just the LA Knight, and I
LA
also
Knight,
thought this was like lazy booking, but I wanted to put Orange Cassidy somewhere, and he was somewhere where it's like, well, maybe he could be a Hawkeye.
Good one.
Just gotta find the laziest superhero ever, and that's Orange Cassidy. Tony, you got any?
For Hawkeye? No, I'm trying to think of. Again, you guys came up with some really good ones. I mean, I like the Roman Reigns as Thor, and of course Drew McIntyre. They dyeing their hair blonde, and imagine both of those guys with like blonde hair. It's pretty hilarious. Dan Aussie has Nightcrawler. Let's see.
We can go to the next one.
Go to the next one.
Okay, Black Widow. I thought like Alexa Bliss or
Alexa Bliss is a good one.
Or like Liv Morgan, maybe.
Liv Morgan.
So what superhero is Rhea Ripley?
I couldn't put her anywhere. That was a crazy thing. I thought
Rhea Ripley's Juggernaut.
Yeah, maybe Juggernaut. I thought maybe the Hulk, honestly, or She-Hulk. If we were doing She-Hulk, she'd be Rhea Ripley. I put Rhea Ripley as Rogue only because of the strength aspect of it, but I thought Becky Lynch would play a better Rogue. For Black Widow, the only one I had was Britt Baker. I thought maybe.
Yeah,
it doesn't really make that much sense. And then if you really think about Black Widow's powers and her like basically taking people down physically and like doing the like the jujitsu moves, I had her as Shayna Baszler.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one.
Ronda Rousey.
But she doesn't look the part.
Okay, who's our Deadpool?
CM Punk. That was going to be my CM Punk. He's the guy that breaks the fourth wall and talks to the camera and talks to the audience.
I can't think of anybody better than that. I thought Roddy Piper would have been a good Deadpool.
Yep. I also had Danhausen in that situation. I have Danhausen randomly in a couple of different places, but it's definitely CM Punk. Danhausen was a second.
Okay. All right. Nick Fury. R-Truth.
R-Truth would be good. So I grew up with Nick Fury. So Nick Fury wasn't, like Samuel L. Jackson or the Marvel Ultimate Nick Fury until like the 2000s. Before that, he was a white guy. So if we're going like my childhood, I thought like it's got to be someone that leads a faction and it's got to be someone that like, leads a group of people. So I thought I had Triple H as Nick Fury.
What about Randy Orton?
I also thought Eddie Kingston, possibly.
Get well soon, Eddie. I love you.
And Prince Nana.
All right. Yeah, I like Eddie Kingston as Nick Fury. If Nick Fury was a crazy bastard.
Big E, that's a good one.
Big E would be a good as the Hulk.
Xavier Woods.
Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
Damn.
I like that. Damn.
All right, who's our Cyclops?
Man, I hate Cyclops so much.
Everybody does.
It's you know,
he's
like
the worst.
growing up,
he's the worst comic book character of all time.
He's the worst comic book character, and especially in the not the new iteration of like X-Men 97, but like the X-Men cartoon we grew up with. He was just like a punk ass bitch. So I had Austin Theory and the Miz.
The Miz is Cyclops. Yes.
Like you love to hate him.
I'm waiting for Tony to be like, I like Cyclops.
No, I don't.
Thank you.
Christian, maybe like Edge and Christian.
Christian is a good.
Christian would have been a great one. Yeah.
Great Cyclops. Yep.
Christian Cyclops is consoling someone. Sorry, your dad's dead. Fucking Christian.
So we didn't end up going with Beast, right? Was that one of the
that was the
re-rolls?
next one on the list. Yeah.
Okay, that was the re-roll. That was where I was gonna put Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens as Beast, only because in my head he's so smart. Like he just knows professional wrestling, like Beast would know. You know, like
right
actual shit. And he just fits the role. He's got the body type of a Beast. That was my Kevin Owens. The only other one I had was Miro.
Miro would have been great too. I always thought when I see Beast, I think Keith Lee.
Yeah,
Keith Lee has like a really like refined vocabulary. He's like really well spoken.
Yeah,
to the point where they didn't even want him. The WWE was like, "You need to stop talking like this." like that's how
Keith Lee's a great answer.
Yeah, he sounds like he's doing like a commercial for Right Guard. You know, like anything less would be uncivilized.
So I forgot that there was two parts to Beast because I was going to say Solo Sokoa, but then he's not very smart on the smart.
Yeah, so, you got to have the brains.
The side, yeah, you got to have both sides.
Samoa Joe would have been a good one.
Otis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My Gambit. If that was the next one on the list, right?
Yeah.
My Gambit, which Drew McIntyre was a good pick. It was AJ Styles or Hangman Adam Page.
Yeah,
I feel like they got the look.
MJF would have been a good Gambit too, because Gambit was kind of a smart ass. He always pushed everybody away. Like that'd have been like a solid Moxley too.
MJF was my Iron Man.
Yeah,
he's Tony Stark. He's basically Tony Stark.
He kind of is, yes.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Professor X, Paul Heyman.
I have Don Callis.
Don Callis would be a perfect Professor X.
Yeah, Don Callis, Cyrus the Virus is my Professor X.
George the Animal Steel. White bald dudes.
Stone Cold.
It's like, Stone Cold is the voice of reason. That'd be perfect.
That's just why I had my head like earlier when I was driving.
Curry Man. Christopher Daniels as Professor X. That's actually perfect. Now that I think about it.
That works too.
Who's our Mystique?
Oh man. This one was like one of the harder ones I had. Like I had Julia Hart or Athena.
Okay. Athena would
I have no reason for it. I was just like, who could be Mystique?
She moves really well, so I would say Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. That's actually a good one.
With a leg, obviously, but you know.
Yeah. With two functioning legs.
Tony
Storm. Another good one.
Mistake.
Brandy is killing us.
Can we at least stop for a second and talk about how amazing Tony Storm promos are?
You know what's funny is like
such an asshole.
This whole run, at least in my, it came out of nowhere. I didn't know she had this in the bag. I would have, if you told me 2 years ago, this is what Tony Storm's going to become, I was like, that's wild. The fact that she just pulled this out of, and AEW let her run with it. Credit. I mean, we don't like to give our good friend, close personal friend, Tony Khan, that much credit nowadays, but the fact that they let her run with this Tony Storm gimmick was pretty good.
Close personal friend, eh?
Yeah, close personal friend. We're playing up that angle. See what we can do.
Are you guys gonna get him on the show?
Maybe if the Bears play the Jaguars.
I'm gonna be taking some bets on over under how many times he blinks.
You're Kurt Hennig does.
Draz as Professor X.
God. You're going to hell, Dougie.
This guy.
Rest in peace, Draz.
It's kind of a good answer.
It is a perfect answer, but he's still going to hell, man.
Damn you, Dougie.
All right, and then finally we had Daredevil.
My two Daredevils were Finn Balor and Adam Cole.
AJ Styles for me.
Yeah, AJ Styles would have been a good one. Yeah,
you'd have to get a haircut.
Finn Balor's a good one.
Yeah, Finn Balor would have been perfect too.
Yeah, that was my Daredevil.
All right. Well, I'm actually surprised that we were able to fill an hour. This was a blast. Are we gonna do? You guys want to do DC next time?
I am not as versed. I mean, I do like DC. I like the DC universe, not the movie universe, but the comics.
Yeah.
But I am definitely not.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much how I drafted here. I'm like chronically behind on
the movies.
I'm like horribly behind on Marvel movies.
Yeah, but
I don't
like,
really know what to. That's why I like my Doctor Strange pick was so hard because I'm like I haven't seen it, and I read a little bit of this stuff back in the day, but
you could be honest, nobody read the Doctor Strange comics.
No
one I know.
Yeah, well, not the only time when he was in like another, I read a lot of Punisher, a lot of Batman, a lot of X-Men. That's about it. So I was super I got really happy when I rolled Punisher though, because like I was either going to take Moxley or Stone Cold.
The Moxley was the perfect one. I mean, he, like I said, he fits. Like he could wear that jacket to the ring tomorrow. Be like, oh yeah, he's the Punisher.
There you go. All right, that's the only movie I ever walked out of was the Tom Jane Punisher movie. Just because I was such a fan of the Punisher that I just I couldn't stand another bad Punisher movie because the first one, the Dolph one, was just
not great.
Oh God,
not great. Now, Brian, question for you and the Drafty Pod going forward. The randomizer, what do you think?
I'm making it an option for my guests. I'm going to let the guests decide that. Obviously, some subjects aren't going to make sense, but
not for everything.
For the recast ones like this, because I want to do more of these because I think these are super fun. Apparently, a lot of people didn't find my my idea for drafting recasting The Princess Bride with Muppets was a good idea. Because I couldn't get anybody to come on.
If you want to do wrestlers or comic book characters as Muppets, I'm in. I just never seen The Princess Bride, and that's on me.
You son of a bitch! It's a great movie. It's a Rob Reiner.
Shout out Andre.
Yeah. And then put them on the peanut.
Yeah.
All right, Bologna. Let's you gonna plug the tailgate next weekend?
Yeah, next weekend, us along with Sox Machine and From the 108 will be heading up to Milwaukee June 1st, and we're going to be tailgating before the White Sox play the Brewers on Saturday. There is a page that Josh Nelson, I'll share the page, but you guys can see, you can RSVP, buy tickets and show up. There's going to be 300-400 people expected. The head bum in charge, it says it's going to be a shit show, but in a good way. It's going to be controlled chaos. I'm very excited about it. We've been doing a lot of planning. It's been a long time coming, but it's finally here, and Dougie's going to be cooking. We're going to have some beers courtesy of Pilot Project, and it's going to be a fun time had by all.
If it's anything like the last time we had one in Milwaukee, it was a fucking blast, but it was like 100 degrees that day.
Yeah, they talked about that.
We were in the middle of the parking lot, and there's like no cover. There's no it was rough.
So we're bringing tents this time. We have pop-up tents. We will be bringing tents. So if it's really hot, we at least got some shade cover. Because the Brewers do it right and allow pop-up tents. Our White Sox in Lot B do not.
Yeah,
and that's a point of contention because we could really use one, for our whiskey at Comiskey's. But that's another story.
Well.
But yeah, thank you for having me, man. I told you I was so excited about this. I jumped headfirst into it. So this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll definitely. We literally could probably fill another episode. we could do the same draft, but with
old
80s,
wrestlers,
like 80s wrestlers,
80s and 90s wrestlers, 100%.
Come on, Macho Man is the Punisher. But all right, Tony. When's the next at the show?
We got a couple things. We got at the show is going to be this Sunday at 2 p.m. Okay. We're going to be talking about Beverly Hills Cop, the very first one. Tomorrow will be the Hookup On Music at 7 p.m., 7 to 7:30. Before I go here, the Hookup On Music saw that Bologna, you were a little worried that people were going to judge you recently because you listened to a Morgan Wallen flash. And let me just tell you something. The Hookup On Music was waiting in your defense to attack anybody who would make fun of you, because anybody who makes fun of anyone who listens to music, my man, is definitely...
Well, the issue with that is
I know what it is.
The person.
I know.
He's not
know,
the best person in the world.
I know.
But my wife and I are Post Malone fans, so he had a feature on the newest Post Malone song, which Julie rightfully pointed out. I think the reason I like that song so much is if you listen to the first 15 seconds, it sounds like 3 different Tom Petty songs. So it sounds like early 90s Tom Petty, at least the beginning does. And as soon as she pointed that out, I'm like, oh my God, it does. And it's like, yeah, I've been listening to it all week, basically.
Post Malone, super talented.
Yeah, that guy could do anything at this
Nirvana,
point.
He's done Nirvana covers.
Dude, that COVID stuff was awesome. Yeah. I watched that live, and I was like, I was amazed by that whole thing.
The fact that he could, he comes out with 2 rap albums, transitions into this alternative, artist, and now this latest iteration of him is like a 90s country music guy, and I'm listening to the music. So it's awesome. It's unexpected, but yeah, it shows the range that he has.
Very, very, very cool. Very awesome. So check that out tomorrow night at 7 to 7:30. We'll be talking about a lot of awesome things. So tune in.
Awesome. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Bologna. One thing I wanted to mention before I get, a couple things. One, I wanted to show the shirts again. Don't forget to buy. Don't forget to head over to our website and buy some shirts. Let me know if you want to buy anything. I'll cut you a deal. Up here. So we have the Stone Pony one, and then we got the only at the show fans shirt. So don't forget to head over there. One thing I do want to mention to my listeners as well. I am going to be starting kind of like a companion show on the side. It's going to be Drafty Pod, but it's going to be short subject topics. So episodes are going to be probably anywhere from 10 to 25 minutes. So if you have any topic ideas, any topic ideas for even this show, please don't hesitate. I have a large list of stuff I'm still working on, but a lot of these ideas, a lot of these episodes we do, and the panel that I have on typically will help you mold it. And you guys are kind of the lifeblood of the show. I know I do this show and I love doing it. I'm going to continue to do it for a very long time, but yeah, if you have any input on anything that you want to add to the show or have any ideas, like this randomizer thing, I think was hilarious and awesome. Thank you, Bologna, for coming up with the idea. And I think we're going to do it a bunch more moving forward. But yeah, so next week I'm still working on the NBA episode, since NBA Finals is coming around. I'm gonna get that one moving. Hopefully we'll get that one out next week. I'll give you guys more details throughout the week here. But yeah, that's it. Again, thanks guys for being on. Everybody in the chat, Yumper, Dougie, Joey P, Brandy, everybody, just thank you for contributing, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.